everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my monthly favorites, my June favorites. These were all the products I was really loving in the month of June, and a lot of these are newer things to my collection that I had not tried out prior, so I fell in love with a lot of these very quickly, but we are in a committed relationship. So yeah, I'm very excited to do these videos. I do them every month. If you're new here, I just dropped my... But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. If you're curious to see everything I've been loving in the month of June, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my makeup products first, because in these favorites videos, I like to incorporate things other than makeup. I do makeup, skincare, lifestyle. I'm just going to start off with a product that I have been loving the entire month, and this is the only brow gel I pretty much have been using ever since I got it. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel. It looks like this. You saw me use it in my last video, my Hot Red Smoky Eye, which I will link above and below. But this is freaking amazing. It is probably my favorite brow gel I've ever used, and I'm a big brow gel person. Before I actually started filling in my brows with pencil, I would mostly just fill in my brows just like with gel and be good to go. And what I love about this gel, first of all, this is in the shade Dutch. It looks like this. It's infused with CBD oil, I believe, but this truly not only does keep your brow hairs locked and loaded, meaning it's going to keep them in place and not, you know, frayed everywhere. This gives you color, it gives you dimension, it fills in your sparse gaps. So even if there's a day where I don't go in with brow pencil, I'll just put this through my brows and it gives me just enough for what I need for that day. So I love it a lot for that reason. It's amazing. It just fills in my gaps so perfectly. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's the brow gel I'm wearing right now on top of my brow pencil that I'm going to talk about after this, but it's so good. It just does the job. The wand isn't too big, it's not too small, but even if you do apply a lot of product at a time, it doesn't look like a big glob. You know how some brow gels just like poop on your brows and then it takes forever to blend it out? This doesn't do that because the wand, I think, is the perfect size. Like, the spoolie doesn't disperse too much or too little at a time, so this truly has been a dream to use and I love it. Going along with that theme of brows, I have been loving the Brunette brow pencil. This is the LA Girl Shady Slim brow pencil in the shade Brunette, and this is one of those things that I never really was super excited to try, because you guys know I am loyal to my e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift. The backup of it right here. It is $2 and my favorite brow pencil of all time. So that one is a little bit thicker and a little bit creamier. It disperses more product at a time, so it depends on what you are looking for. As you can see the difference in tips right here. The e.l.f. one is the fatter one, and then the LA Girl is the one on the left. It is very precise and very thin, and initially I started using this because after I got my brows done, I was like, oh, I don't really need a fat, thicker, creamy pencil. I can go in with a fine tip. Whereas normally I would prefer this because it gets the job done so much faster and, you know, a lot less hassle. But this is so good. It is so easy to use. Even though it does have that fine, precise tip, it really just allows you to fill in your hairs, and I can fill my brows with this in like less than 3 minutes. It's so easy to use. I just do a little outline on the daily, fill it in, and the spoolie too is excellent for blending it out because it's a spoolie that's not flimsy. It's able to just really just comb through the product and evenly disperse it, and this has literally been my go-to every day this past month. Like, I have not used this once, not once in the month of June. Okay, moving on to another product for the eyes. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Vela. It's what I'm wearing on my eyelids right now on top of, you know, other crease shades and whatnot. This is curated by Kathleen Lights. It is a Super Shock Shadow, and I love it because it's like a pinky gold, and I have been wearing it so much this month to work. Just a one and done, put my finger in like this and just swoop it all over my lids, and it is so beautiful. Like, you can see one swipe, the Super Shock shadows are a beautiful formula. It's like a peachy pink with a lot of gold shimmers in it, and it kind of is a nice duochrome, and that's why it gives you such a dimension on your lid. Like, this is truly a one and done look, and I think Kathleen described this in one of her videos as a no halo eye, which is kind of like a play on the no makeup look. Gives you the illusion that you're wearing a halo eye with multiple shadows, when really it's just this one that you put down because this one shadow in and of itself is so dimensional and so beautiful. So I've really been loving this as a one and done shade, and I think it's so complimentary. Every time I wear this, I think, wow, I'm having a great eye makeup day, when really it's just like one shadow. I mean, obviously today I'm wearing more than one shadow, but if you go and watch my quick and easy everyday makeup routine, I'll link that above and below. I did also incorporate a couple other crease shadows, but I mentioned in that video you can also just do a one and done look with this, and it's beautiful. So I highly recommend this. It's what, like $6? This is the Natasha Denona Glow Powder, and I have the shade All Over Glow in 01 Light. This is meant for your body as well. So it's really beautiful. If I swatch it, you can see it's not as frosty, but it gives you just enough. Like if I layer it on top of my highlight right now, I mean, my highlight's already popping, but I'll just do a little bit, and you can see it just gives me the extra dimension, like whoo. And this is beautiful for your collarbones as well. Let me show you. This is meant for all over your body. She does have her extreme glow highlighters or whatever they're called, but I didn't want to buy that because I already have so many metallic highlights, and this is something that I thought would be beautiful for all over the body. You can see it kind of gives me a little bit of a glow here, and something that would be versatile. So I really like this product. I think it's really beautiful. It's expensive. It's $38. But if you're wanting to splurge on a natural highlight that you can wear every day to the office, or even build it up to be really beautiful like in the lights at night, this is a really good one. The formula is beautiful. It just blends into your skin. It doesn't emphasize your texture. It doesn't emphasize any pimples or, you know, pores. It's just a great formula. So I would say normally it's not worth it, but if you are in the mood to spend and splurge, know that you're going to get your money's worth with this guy right here. I have two face palettes to talk about. Let's start with the one I've been using a little bit longer. This is and I actually got these both in BoxyCharms. I got this one in the April BoxyCharm. This is the Alamar Cosmetics Colorete Color Blush Trio. Sorry. This comes in 3 different versions. I think I got the fair light one. Yes, I got the fair light one, but I still think that even as someone with medium skin, this works beautifully. I love this packaging. It's so easy to travel with. Has a really beautiful mirror right here, and then here are your 3 shades right here, and I'll swatch them all for you. And I love mixing these. I used to love just using this one right here in the middle called Paraíso, and then I started mixing. Okay, I think Maple saw a bird. Sorry about that. But anyway, as I was saying, I love mixing all 3 of them. Like, I'll take my brush and I'll literally go in all of them, and they're all so complementary. So this is in the shade Castaway. It's a really beautiful pigmented peach. This is in the shade Paraíso. Really beautiful kind of medium pinkish shade right there. And then this is in the shade Scorcher, which is like a beautiful summertime coral shade right here. So sorry for the terrible swatches. This is Castaway, Paraíso in the middle, and then Scorcher, and they're so beautiful. I'm not wearing that on my cheeks right now, but I can put a little bit on. Why not? Let's do a little bit of Scorcher. I'm feeling a really pretty just peachy shade, and they're not like, these two have a little bit of a shimmer in it. This one is just purely matte, but even that, it's not like super duper flat, and it does have a little bit of kick up because they're pretty pigmented. But you can see when I apply a light layer, it just adds like life to your cheeks. I love it so much. This is a great palette if you're looking for something that's good to travel with. It gives you a few different options. Like I said, there are 3 different varieties of this, but Fairlight is the one that I got, and I think it works beautifully, and it's perfect for this time of year. It gives you enough color options for summer, and it's just stunning. I love it. Last but not least, in the face palette category, I got this in my May BoxyCharm, I believe. Or did I get this? Did I get this in my May BoxyCharm? I think I got this in my May BoxyCharm and my June BoxyCharm. I don't really remember exactly, but this is a Tarteist Pro Glow face palette, and it's one of the ones that have the little windows right here. It's really good packaging. It's a little bit heavy, but I would still travel with it. You got the 2 little mirrors on the side, and I love this because I can use every single powder in here. Like, it's not one of those face palettes where I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? This, I feel like you can use all of them, or I can use all of them. And they do look similar in tone. I'm gonna swatch them all for you. The blushes are very pigmented, very nice. The highlights are stunning. Like, oh my god. This highlight right here is literally no joke. Like, when I put this on my face for the first time, I was like, oh shit. This is metallic. So this is the metallic one right here, and then this is the less metallic one right here. So it gives you the option to do both if you're wanting a natural look as opposed to something a little bit more intense and stroby, like, oh my goodness. But there's both so beautiful for different occasions. And then the bronzer, you have like a more warm toned matte situation, and then you have a cooler tone one that has a little bit of sheen to it. So this is the matte bronzer, and then this is like the contour shade right here. And sorry for the terrible swatches, but hopefully you get the idea. These are just great powders all around. They blend very nicely on your cheeks, and that was the thing that made me fall in love with it the very first time I used it. I was like, wow, these blend beautifully, even though the colors may look a little bit intimidating, you know, these pinks and, you know, the deep browns and a really stroby highlight. They just blend out really beautifully and look like one with your skin. So for that reason, I think this is great to travel with. If you're just looking for something to just throw in your bag and call it a day, you don't want to struggle or decide on what different powders you want to bring, this has an all-in-one thing. And I even like this better than the Cover FX face palette. I think like this is still really good, but in my opinion, I like this one a little bit more. Okay, now that we are done with all of my face palettes and things like that, let's move on to a couple other makeup-y things. I want to talk about this guy right here. This is the Milani Amore Shine Liquid Lipstick in the shade Foxy. It looks like this. I will speak about this in an upcoming video, my next video. It's the color I'm wearing on my lips right now. First of all, the shade is so beautiful. It reminds me of like 90s retro, cool tone, cool girl, no doubt. Like, I just love this shade. I think it's so flattering and it makes your teeth look super white. But other than that, I love this formula. You can see the wand is really nice and precise, and it has that triangle tip so you can really get in a good lip line as well. And this is so pigmented. Like, look, it's just beautiful color. It's very saturated, very rich. And what I love about this is that it does feel like a high shine, long-lasting lip color. Like, it's not labeled a liquid lipstick because it's not a matte dry down liquid lipstick. Like, as you can see, it still has a gloss finish. It's kind of like a hybrid between a liquid lipstick and a gloss. It feels very long wearing for the kind of formula that it is, because it's not drying down, it's not going to crack off, and it's just going to remain this shiny on your lips, but very comfortable at the same time. Like, I definitely want to pick up a few more shades of this because I think this would be a go-to everyday nude office product for me. Like, this is amazing. I recommend it so much. It's very affordable. Again, I have the shade 04 Foxy Sexy. I don't know. And I have to admit, I bought it because my dog, I say she's foxy because she's like a foxy snout because she looks like a fox. She's a
eating Shepherd Corgi.
So yes, this is really good. I recommend it. This color, this formula, everything. Okay, let's move on to oh, sorry, I have one more makeup product to talk about. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I have the shade 130 Light Beige, and I actually did a whole wear test on the foundation and the concealer when they first came out months ago. I will link that above and below if you're curious to see how it wears all day. I take you through a vlog with my dog and things like that. I take you to lunch, whatever. This is a beautiful concealer, and I have been liking it ever since I did that video, but it wasn't until this month where I was really reaching for it almost every single time I did my makeup. And I love this. I love the packaging. The price is right. It's $8.99, and the coverage is so good. Like, this is the doe foot applicator. It just blends out so nicely. I can use this shade to highlight under my eyes and to spot conceal, and on no makeup days where I'm not wearing any foundation, I love using this to just apply my blemishes and to conceal my dark circles and be good to go. Like, this gives you full coverage, but it's not a drying full coverage. It's not like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which I love. Don't get me wrong, I love, but this one is a little bit thinner than this one. It's not as emollient. It's more paint-like in the consistency, so it's going to dry down faster and it'll be harder to blend once it's dried down. This is a little bit more forgiving in terms of the formula. So with that being said, I think this is really good for more skin types and all skin types because it can cater to those with oily skin or dry skin. It is full coverage. So if you're looking for something that is full coverage, it's affordable, look no further than the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. Sorry. Wait, I have one more lip product I want to talk about. So sorry. This is the ColourPop and Delilah Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Wish. It looks like this, and it looks like your typical peachy, pinky, brownie nude. But let me compare this shade to a couple other similar shades in my collection, because I think you would see the difference. So this is like if these two shades had a baby. So this is Wish, this is ColourPop Strip, which is like a brownie nude, and then this is Echo Park, which is their peachy nude. And I'm going to swatch them all next to each other so you can see. This is the most beautiful everyday brownie peachy nude in my opinion. So this is Wish right here. It's just so flattering on my skin tone and so many other skin tones. This is in the shade Strip, one of my favorite ColourPop shades of all time. This is like a true brownie nude. And then this is in the shade Echo Park, which is like an OG peachy shade for ColourPop. So you can see right here, when they're swatched, they don't look that similar. This is Wish, this is Strip, and this is Echo Park. Echo Park is definitely more peachy, more pink. Strip and Wish look more similar, but Strip is definitely more brown, whereas Wish is more red. So it all depends on your preference, but if you're into a warmish brownie nude that I think would work for around the whole year, not just summer, not just fall, not just winter, not just spring, this is a great shade. And the ColourPop Delilah collection, I actually have something else from it too, but I wanted to purchase from it because I'm not even sure if they're still doing this, but I think when they initially launched this collection, Delilah was a cancer survivor, or she's a girl who had cancer, and ColourPop made this collection with her to donate proceeds to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I could be wrong, but it is a charitable cause, or I don't know if they're still doing it, but I wanted to purchase it anyway just because the shade looks like something I would really love, and I do really love it. So these are the shades swatched again. This is Wish. It's beautiful. Okay, we are now officially done with makeup products. I'm sorry that took forever. Let's talk about a couple other things. This is a Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Strength and Moisture Leave-In Mask. No sulfates, no silicones, and no parabens. And this is a travel size version. I actually got it in a BoxyCharm. I got this a while ago and I've been really liking it, but I don't think I've ever spoken about it in a favorites video before. But I do love it. I also do love the Don't Despair Repair Leave-In Conditioner. It also comes in a spray. I have the full size version of that. This I feel like is a little bit more intensely nourishing, as it should be, because instead of just being a conditioner, it's a full-on hair mask. Just comes in a spray version. And what I'll do with this is I will just spray 2 pumps in my hands when my hair is washed and damp. I'll rub it in and then I'll distribute it through my ends, and I find that that moisture lasts like for days after that, and it's really amazing. I don't do it every single time I wash my hair. I'll mostly use the conditioner because it's a little bit more lightweight, but maybe once or twice a week when I feel like my hair needs it or wants it, I will go in with this, and I feel like it's really nourishing my hair. It's making it softer, but it's also conditioning it from the inside out because the ingredients are so good. So I have the small version, but definitely I would buy the full version because I'm not someone who does a normal hair mask. I don't do like the tub with the product and I leave it in when my hair's wet. So this is like a perfect happy medium for me. I love it, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you're in the mood for something nourishing for your hair. Okay, I have 2 more products. Stay with me. I want to talk about this guy right here. I actually just finished using it, but this is the Dr. Teal's Foaming Bath with Matcha Green Tea. I am a huge fan of Dr. Teal's baths. They are my favorite affordable bubble baths ever. You get a 34 fluid ounce bottle for $6, I think. And they have a lot of different varieties, and I have made it my mission to try every single one of those varieties because every one I've tried, they're all good. And they just released a new one that I bought, and I'm using it in my bath right now. But this one's also new, and I love it. I love anything matcha green tea. I love drinking green tea. I love drinking iced matchas with just matcha water. I've spoken about that on my channel before. If you've known about that, then you've been here for a while, so thank you. This is really good. It has citrus and chamomile to calm the mind. Antioxidant-rich matcha green tea encourages relaxation and focus. So I love doing this. It's not like a super like take me to bed, like I'm tired and I'm done with the day, but it is calming for your mind, so to speak. Like it's antioxidant rich. Like I don't know if it's just a placebo effect, but I love the sensation of using this in the bath. I think it's really amazing. So if you're in the mood or a big bath taker, if you want something that's affordable but something that's really sudsy and foamy and just will get the job done for a foaming bubble bath, get this one right here specifically. I mean, all the other ones are really good too, but matcha green tea is just like my baby. Like, oh, I love it so much. One last product that I have to talk about. This is the Ulta Beauty Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Sunscreen Mist, water resistant, oil free. Looks like this. It has aloe vera, green tea, and vitamin E. And I love this. The only thing I wish it had was a physical SPF as opposed to a chemical SPF. I only use physical SPFs on my face. For the body, I guess it's okay, but I just love the mist so much. Like, I'll do a little bit for you right now. Like, it's just so easy, and the mist is so fine. It just gets like everywhere, but not everywhere, but it distributes and dries so quickly. Like, you don't even have to rub it in. I actually went hiking with my boyfriend 2 days ago, and we used this, and it was just so easy to apply, one and done. I've used this when I went sunbathing on my balcony. Like, I've used this just going out and about. It's so easy to use because putting on sunscreen is like an annoying task, right? Like, no one wants to just put on lotion right before you get into water, or just have it sweat off when you're walking in the hot sun. This doesn't do that because it is such a fine mist. It gives you that protection, but it doesn't make you feel like you're trapped in like that cream that's going to sweat off and stuff. So I use this all over my body. It's very lightweight, so I love it. The ingredients in here, other than the chemical SPF, are good, but it is effective. I can't knock that. So the Ulta Beauty brand of sunscreen, this is a really good one. Okay, everyone, and that is it for my June favorites. I hope you enjoyed this roundup of my favorite products from the month of June. Let me know down below what you've been loving in June. I would love to know, seriously. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, please, if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you in my next one.